Cary Grant first offered us this property, the people in Old Town were not really excited. They were very worried that we would interfere with their festivals because there's a Michigan law that you can't serve alcohol 500 feet from a church door. And they were very worried that we were going to inhibit the growth of Old Town. Plus, they had a vision of an upscale restaurant in this location. So, you know, at first it was hard going, but we persisted. We felt inspired to come to this particular area because it's a growing creative area in Lansing. And people, many people, Robert Busby, for example, and others have just given so much to making this happen, to making Old Town blossom. And we really wanted to join in that effort. We wanted to help to build Old Town, you know, as a community. And we felt like it was a very typical urban community, you know, with different levels, different kinds of people, different activities going on. And it just seems to be really exciting. It's an exciting place to be.
Many of the people in our meeting, myself included, I've lived in Lansing since the 70s, and I actually worked at Cristo Rey when it was a reentry program. There was a reentry program right next to Cristo Rey, and so I actually worked in this community. And so not only the Old Town core was appealing to us, but also the broader community with the Hispanic base and the activism in the community. There's been many community groups on this north side of Lansing, and we've connected with the Northwest Initiative and other groups. So, you know, we just felt like this could be a center of where people could come together, and then we would also learn and be able to contribute to Old Town and the wider community. Initially, we were hoping that we could buy a building and refurbish a building, but it became prohibitive for us because of some of the things that we were trying to accomplish, like the environmental standards. We wanted a barrier-free building, and our budget would not allow for it. And so it was a real gift to us that this piece of land was offered to us, because we also ran into understanding how difficult it is to buy land in an urban environment. And it's also on a bus route. We're very excited about that. And it's near the Riverwalk. We have bicyclers in our meeting, and people bicycle here.
This is kind of an important part of our building. If people aren't familiar with this, it's about environmental efficiency. And we are probably going to qualify either for certified or silver, perhaps even gold, because we've done a lot of things to meet the requirements of LEED certification.
Some of the things that we have done is, first of all, we have a furnace that is very energy efficient. We cut down on a lot of lighting by putting in windows in our buildings so that we will use less electricity. The building is well insulated, so that's one piece of it. LEEDS is concerned with sustainability and how we treat the environment. So we have a parking lot that is has pavers in it, which has small holes in it, so that the water doesn't run down into the storm sewer, but it actually soaks back into the land. All the materials in our building have a low impact. We tried to use products that were natural. For example, our flooring is made out of cork. We tried to use reused materials. The wood in our building came from an ash grove. The ash trees had been infested with the ash borer, and so the meeting, one of our members had this land and the trees, so we went out and cut the trees down, and all that was milled, and now that's part of the framing of the windows and things like that in our building. We have another part of LEEDS is to educate people. We have a very well, it's simple, but we have an ecology plan where we recycle everything in the building.
We have what we call testimonies. Those are our main things that we try to follow and get inspiration from in the way we live our lives. And one of those testimonies is about simplicity and the environment, our connection, the integrity. Our integrity is connected to the way we treat the environment. So it really fits for us, and it was one of the main reasons that we were interested in doing this. And also the educational part, that our building can be an inspiration to other people to build environmentally, you know, in a friendly way to the environment. That feels very good to us, because that means that we can continue that testimony on a year-by-year basis by just being here and taking good care of our building.
We talked about an environmentally sustainable building. That was, of course, one thing. But the other thing is that we had principally worshipped in East Lansing, and we wanted to think about the community that we wanted to move to, because we very much wanted to be part of the community. We didn't just want to be a building where people came to, and we wanted a building that would welcome people in the community. So that was something that we thought, by owning our own building, we could offer that, you know, and we have already, even though we've only been in for 2 months, we've already had programs here. The social justice program at the Ingham County Health Department rented our space, and the community was welcome to trainings here. So we were very, very pleased with that. I think that, like with the environmental issues, with the building issues, everything is seasoned by Quakers, and it's an ongoing kind of thing. Like how can we practice these testimonies of peace, integrity, stewardship, community, social justice, simplicity, and will the being in a building really add to that? The people on our committee, you know, we're very excited about this building, but we're also very excited about this beautiful space and a place to sit and be still, which is part of Quaker practice. And we really see this as a spiritual home. And I think the more that when people come here, like you're sitting here now in this beautiful space where it's very simple, it's not busy, you know, you can ground, you can think about what it is you're about and how you connect with the Spirit and how you want to live your life. It's a place where that can happen. And people, I think, really are longing for that. And we've actually seen this happen, not only with the new building, but starting with 9/11, I would say that things really started to, people came because they needed that kind of peace and a way to heal some of the pain. And these are very difficult times. You know, we know it's difficult for immigrants. We know it's difficult for the environment. We know it's very difficult for our children to have to face a future which is quite uncertain. So we really want to strengthen that spiritual offering for ourselves and for the community in this space.